Floosh cheese on, what did you get? Open up your hee-hee la cassette. Don't worry, parents, it's not a pet. We hope you love your hee-hee la cassette.
Actual hee-hee la cassette do not contain the following: kittens, doggos, or Georges.
Floosh cheese on, Kanawee Masaiga, Top Georgia Qua, and let's see what we got in our hee-hee la cassette this month. I see some empty Tupperware containers and some pectin. That means we're gonna make some FreezerJam. You guys are gonna have to get your own fruit. I think I have some blueberries in my freezer. So remember, when you're doing a cooking project, you get a nice workspace set up, with or without your dog. Jake, do you want to help? Come on. Not this time. So, we have our 4 cups of crushed fruit. We have some blueberries. Thank you, Iska Mukmuk House, for hooking us up. If you guys need help with food, you can always reach out to 503-879-FOOD. We also have our 1.5 cups of sugar. We have our FreezerJam pectin. I don't really know how to make jam, but for some reason, this is what makes the magic happen. So we're gonna go ahead and mix in our pectin with our sugar. Make sure you stir it in really, really well. I'm using a fork, and I don't know if that's the right tool because I'm not really a cook. I tell you what I can do though, I can call and order a pizza like nobody's business. I did not expect pectin to have a bunch of little chunky things in it. I thought it would stir in much easier. Stabbing it doesn't help, but it makes me feel better. So, not only can I see the fork isn't working, but my fiancée Jessica can see that the fork isn't working and has brought me a whisk. How you mossy, Jessica?
You're welcome.
Well, I've done my best to mix in the sugar and pectin really well, and the peanut gallery has let me know very nicely that I think it's blended well enough. So our next step is going to be to add our dry mixture into our crushed berries, and then we need to stir for 3 minutes. So get yourselves ready, you're gonna end up with one Popeye arm. Well guys, I hope you've stretched before this activity because I think stirring for 3 minutes is gonna count as exercise. At least more exercise than I usually do. So try not to pour the mixture of the dry goods in right away because it'll be harder to mix. Also, don't look at a phone camera and try and pour at the same time because then you'll do what you said you shouldn't. Well, since it's that time of the year, what is a ghost's favorite jelly? Blueberry jam. All right, let's go ahead and get set up so we can start ladling these into our Tupperware containers. Make sure you've already rinsed your Tupperware out because they were brand new and you should always wash your new stuff. Well, we're almost ready to put our FreezerJam in the freezer, but first I'm gonna move it into my Tupperware. Your Tupperware is fancy and classy, but it doesn't beat my sweet, sweet leftover salsa containers. So we're gonna go ahead and fill these up, and we're gonna leave about 1/2 inch at the top. We leave that little bit extra space because when you put it in the freezer, it expands. And of course, the final step in FreezerJam is putting it in the freezer. It's gonna take about 1/2 an hour for that to be ready to eat. But your FreezerJam will stay in the freezer or can last in the freezer for up to a year. So if you'd like, make sure you put the date on the top with a Sharpie or that pen for your jack-o'-lantern. Well guys, it's time for me to start cleaning up my mess. Hi Mossy, off you Pasolda.
The following resources are available in our community. If you need help with food, you can reach out to the food pantry at 503-879-FOOD. Other resources can be found on this list.
Hee Hee La Cassette Productions are filmed in front of a live studio audience.